And welcome back to KTN Newsdesk. I'm Michael Karanja. Now, insurance and more specifically health insurance has been a hard sell, especially for most Kenyans. And just to help us understand what goes into health insurance in this country, I'm now joined by Catherine Karori, who's the GM for medical business at Jubilee Insurance. Catherine, first things, how come selling health insurance is that difficult in Kenya?
Well, I think the challenge with health insurance is perception.
Yep.
People don't understand health insurance. People do not appreciate health insurance. They do not understand that it's part of risk management or it's a part of investing in their health. The Kenyan community, we are happy to go and buy land, go and buy and invest in everything else, but health insurance. So I think the challenge is that we probably, as an industry or as a community, have not been very on the forefront in terms of educating members. But I think once we're able to do that, we're able to have a better penetration and a better understanding and appreciation of health insurance and what it does.
But just looking at Jubilee as a business, you're underwriting close to 5 billion shillings in just health insurance. How have you been able to actually turn that around and actually take the lead in terms of that, in that class of insurance in the industry?
Well, our main target has historically for over the years for Jubilee has really been the corporate portfolio, where we have been able to meet the formal sector and the employer groups, whether they are large corporates, small corporates, or what you call the small and medium-sized enterprises. We're able to reach out to them through our partnerships of intermediaries or of our own in-house sales representatives. We're able to go out to those clients and sensitize them about health insurance. Of course, for the better part, that group of people in the formal sector are more aware and more alive to their the need for health insurance. So we've been able to go out there and increase the access basically to health insurance.
Just look at it, the focus has tended to be rightfully so on the formal sector. But what's being done, especially as an industry, for that informal sector? We always know that the National Hospital Insurance Fund is there, but it doesn't seem to play that role that is required to actually address and capture those in the informal sector.
It's really about education, like I said. As an industry, we are going out and reaching out to more people. It's also about innovation. As an industry, we need to go out and create products that are more relevant to that particular, the various segment groups, being able to tell them this is how the policy works. I'll give you an example. Last year, or was it the year before, Jubilee actually partnered with a bus company where we were able to tell the bus company, how can you enhance road safety for your members? And we came up with a product in which it's a health insurance coverage. So when a patient is actually on the road, they are told by the bus company that you have health insurance. Should anything happen to you, we'll basically be able to take care of you. And we have a partner, several partners of road ambulances who are able to reach the members in time of need and be able to rescue them. And I think with time, you find that the members appreciate that. So creating the initiatives and finding products that would be relevant to the various markets generally would help us reach the insurance market and increase penetration and users for the users.
Looking at health insurance for the longest time, health insurance didn't used to cover chronic ailments or pre-diagnosed ailments. How is the industry changing towards that and actually accepting that that's something that can actually be covered under health insurance?
Pre-existing condition, chronic conditions, congenital conditions, HIV/AIDS, all these were conditions that nobody wanted to touch. But with time and with, basically the support of proper pricing through actuaries, being able to partner with the hospitals and identify what is the cost of treatment for these particular conditions, it's created a better understanding for the market to be able to go in and price those products and be able to give them to the members. And that's what Jubilee has done. We've worked with a team of actuaries, identified the various risks, whether for various organizations, for individuals, even through our individual insured products, our retail products, we're able to reach out to those clients and price something that would basically be able to help the clients.
And for the longest time, the challenge had been that there were very few actuaries actually just coming out of Kenya. So as an industry, how are you competing to actually get actuaries? Because I know another challenge I'm going to ask you is this issue about price undercutting that has been prevalent or is said to be prevalent in this industry. So how are you balancing that? One, actuaries, and then making sure that you're actually able to make some stability in the industry.
Price undercutting is really, when you look at it, Michael, we have a population of about 44 million Kenyans, and we only have about maybe 4 million insured, basically not more than 10%. If we're always going to reach for that small population of people who are insured, we're never going to be able to achieve a good pricing for the general community. So it's proper pricing, yes, but it's also innovation and going out to be able to provide solutions to other Kenyans. So that way we stop fighting for the same portfolio and stop fighting and having undercutting. Actuarial I guess being a knowledge skill that is now well understood and well known, we have seen more students be able to take up that initiative. And overall in the industry, I think the number of actuaries are also increasing, and the number of actuarial technicians are also increasing. And those are very important in being able to help us as a team, as an insurance industry, in achieving right price points and being able to create products.
Catherine, I cannot let you leave the studio without asking you about the fraud that exists in medical insurance especially.
Yes, that's true.
I know the IRA has come out very clearly. ACI has also come out very clearly on this. Claims that keep on rising. I go in with a cough, I'm told to take an X-ray, take ABCD test. How is the industry dealing with especially medical fraud when it comes to insurance?
Well, fraud again is diverse. Fraud has been to the line of when members impersonate and come in and pretend to be somebody they are not. It's in overbilling, it's in overuse and overtesting. So there are many initiatives which we are coming up with. Say, for example, as Jubilee Insurance, we ensure that we talk to our partners. I think it still goes back to the same thing that I mentioned earlier on about client misperceptions and provider perceptions as well. Because when a client buys a policy, they are chasing a limit. So as far as they are concerned, they bought $1 million cover, they should be using $1 million. Exactly. The same provider, you go to the hospital, they are short of asking, what is your cover? So it's like we are always chasing a particular limit or chasing a particular benefit, which of course turns out into some form of fraud, because it then becomes a form of overuse and unnecessary testing. And I think the other thing people don't understand, say for example, even when you do go in as a genuine client who wants to use the cover wisely, the provider does not understand or appreciate that the limit maybe your employer or you have bought for yourself is only so much. So much for yourself, so much for your family, so much for the year. So I think it just goes back to the issues of educating and allowing the population and the masses to understand what insurance is and how they can make better use of it without necessarily misusing it. Because yes, that's why we are in a
case of misuse.
Well, it's a case of many things, not just misuse. Yes.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That has been Catherine Karori, GM Medical Business at Jubilee Insurance, just giving us some hints as to what goes into health insurance in this country and what can be done to actually improve the kind of access people have to medical insurance. Ian Wafula, Barcelona, are they through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League?
Well, thank you for that, Karan.